All right. What's up, everybody? Jeff Cavanaugh here to talk Cowboys football with you. Cowboys had a scrimmage against the Rams today. As you could tell or can tell or should be able to tell from the background, I'm not in Oxnard anymore, so I just have to go off of what I can see on the internet, but there's still lots of fun stuff to talk about. So get in here, and if you have Cowboy questions, just fire them. If you have Cowboy thoughts, if you hate me, just let me know. Just fire it off in the comments. So I have a few things I want to do today. One, I want to talk about at least 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 observations of Cowboys-Rams scrimmaging today. And then I also want to talk about Jeff's Cowboy commandments from atop Mount Jeffrey that we need to abide by in order to do well this season. And can I tell you, I didn't mean to. I don't mean to. The Cowboys offseason outside of draft sucked. It was boring. They didn't try their hardest. And it's stupid. A lot of the stuff they did in the offseason before the draft. But with some of the things I saw in camp, and we're still seeing now, freaking, I have optimism. Sorry. I have Cowboys optimism. Did Overshown get hurt today? I haven't seen the update, but I saw that he might have had a little hip thing. And so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see on Overshown. Be patient. Let the beat writers work. Clarence Hill and Joe Hoyt will let you know. So will Machota, Calvin. I hate when I start listing people because then I feel bad if I leave somebody else. Sod. Is Diggs back yet? Great question. Did Deuce see the scrimmage field? Great question. Yes, they're both out there. I saw Trevon Diggs had an interception today in 11 on 11. I believe it was Garoppolo throwing, but whatever. Deuce was out there. I saw him make a catch from the slot. Saw him carrying the ball some, so that's good. It's called draft and develop, Jeff. That's the only thing keeping this team afloat. That's a fact. That's what's giving me the optimism. What's giving me the optimism is let's start with observation number 1. Rookie left tackle Tyler Guyton. My buddy Clarence tried to ask Jerry at the media party, like, what are we doing? When are you going to rip the Band-Aid off and put the first-round pick in with the ones? And injuries suck. Chuma Edoga's a sweet man. But yeah, Tyler Guyton, let's go. It's go time. And he was out there, and boy, I saw a bunch of snaps against Jared Verse, and when I tell you he just whipped his ass, everything I saw, that's nice. And it's not only that, because I thought Tyler Guyton could pass protect good enough as a rookie. The question was going to be, I didn't think it would be perfect, but the question was going to be also translating into the pro run game of, hey, we want to mash some people. Can you do that while you're switching positions? And the answer so far is yes, which leads us to this. The Tyler Guyton pick looks awesome right now, especially considering it was a trade back and Cooper Beebe was your reward for the trade back. Guyton looks great. And so I'm going to go to a thing I see my buddy Vach Lombardi talking about all the time. Download the O-Line Masterminds app and support Duke Manyweather, the guy who he worked with. As soon as he got drafted, he got his ass to DFW, started working with Big Duke. The monitor just went out, but I'm assuming that it's fine and it'll be right back. Maybe not. Is my camera out for you guys? Can you hear me? Because my camera, I can't see me on my camera. I hate technology. You know how much I paid for this effing computer? The camera light is on. Settings. Camera. That one. Are we back? Okay, now I'm back. I'll fight a computer. I'll tell you that. I will fight a computer. I will go full office space on this. So shout out to Duke Manyweather. And more than him, because he would also demand that I say this, shout out to Tyler Guyton. That's the sort of dudes that you want. The sort of dudes you want. There's not enough time in training camp anymore. There's not enough padded work. There's not enough anything for guys to get much better if they just play football and work on their stuff during training camp and during the season. It's just not enough time. So the guys who go out of their way and spend their money to make sure that they're getting better or they're getting prepared for football, a salute to you, Tyler Guyton. Let's go whip ass at the left tackle. Next. Which one did I want to do next? Cooper Beebe was out there with the ones today when they first started their 11-on-11 scrimmaging with the Rams. Cooper Beebe was with the starters. And if you go search for all the clips on the internet, too many people are posting clips now. I used to just go to Machota, but now there's too many people. And I saw a play earlier, but I couldn't find it again that I wanted to show you. And it was, I think it was Rico running, but it was a hole they opened up on the left side where Beebe's going at a guy, and I think it was Martin, but you couldn't see the jersey, so it might have been TJ Bass. I don't know. But he smooshed into a guy, and Guyton's bulldozing a guy, and they opened a hole that was just like, oh! The difference from a year ago to this year, while the running back room may not be impressive, although Rico might be better than people want to give him credit for, this running game could be way better because Cooper Beebe starts at center. Tyler Guyton was a solid player. There's a reason he got paid. Cooper Beebe at center got whip ass to him. My guy Sam, formerly of Pro Football Focus, they're losing a lot of people. I don't know what's going on over there. But my guy Sam, because I tweeted that out, like his whip ass, he's got a different level of whip ass to him than Brock Hoffman does. He's like, what is his whip ass rating? And I think I said like an 87.1. Cooper Beebe smashes into people. And he doesn't wear the Guardian cap, which I don't know if that's advisable, but that seems about right for a guy who just wants to smash into people. 4 offensive linemen are wearing the Guardian cap on top of their helmet, and Cooper Beebe is not because he just wants to smash into people. Maybe he's seeking concussions. I don't know. That's a bad joke. So, yeah. That's kind of where my optimism is stemming from. Is you could have even more of it if they'd have given half a crap in the offseason, maybe extended a guy or two, and then had a butt ton of money to spend. And they still had money if they wanted to go sign guys, but we'll get to D-tackle in a second. But I do think they're better at wide receiver than they were a year ago. Gallup, this is another one. Don't you dare think that I'm being mean to Michael Gallup. But I told you last year when he came back, he ain't the same. He can't change direction and he can't stop. He is not back. And now he's retired. I was right. Boy, the assortment of guys they got in camp that can make some plays, whether it's Tolbert, Brooks, Turpin, Cropper, Jalen Cropper, always Jalen Cropper. I am now convinced that you're going to get better wide receiver play than you did a year ago. Now you got to sign CD. Any day now would be fine, Cowboys. But I think you're going to get better wide receiver play than you did a year ago. Okay? If Tyler Guyton's going to be a good left tackle as a rookie, I wouldn't have thought it would have been possible for him to be he's not going to be a better pass protector than Tyron Smith was a year ago. But I wouldn't have thought it would have been possible to be even a better run blocker. And Tyron wasn't a great run blocker last year. He was just okay. But he looks like that dude has transformed himself in a matter of months. If you have a good NFL left tackle from the get-go and a center who moves people when you didn't have a center who moves people a year ago, now all of a sudden you might be able to run the ball. Now all of a sudden you aren't just saying, please God, number 4, save us at all times. And he might actually have some help. That's nice. Next thing, do we get a comp pick for Tyler? Yes. How receptive has Mazi been to the crazy new D-line coach? Does he take hard coaching well? I can't really speak to how he takes hard coaching yet. KG was in the super chat. How we doing, Jeff? I appreciate you. We're doing great. But I think he's making progress and he's getting better. Can I show you? Let me see if I can find it again. Again, too many people post videos now because what I want to find is the video of when it started getting, I bet Machota has it. Yeah. Here we go. Getting a little chippy. I want you guys to see, this is my favorite Mazi play so far. Not picture in picture. No, stop. I'm going to go full screen with it. Is that way? I can't go full. Okay. Well, let me share my screen with you guys. Well, I'm not going to upload this as audio because that wouldn't work out for people. I'm just going to do this. Screen share the screen. This is my boy John Machota's Twitter account. Let's go full screen. So we're getting chippy, right? The guy who's currently up in the air, that's Mazi. Okay. We got one guy in there getting roughed up. I wonder if that was Huggins, and that's why he was mad later and just wanted to hit coaches. He's getting jumped here. But he did the jump in. He's going to grab this guy by the neck, and he's going to try to rough up other people. Get out of it. All of you get. That was my favorite Mazi play of camp. Get. All right. I can go now. I enjoyed that. Did you see any pass rush? No, their pass rush is going to be mostly Tank and Micah. Mostly. Nealon's got a little something, but he's a power player. He's hopefully a Tank Lawrence, Cam Jordan starter kit kind of guy. Where was I? You guys know I got ADHD. Where was I? Let me see. Which things have I done? Cooper Beebe with the ones can change things. Trevon Diggs is back out there in 11-on-11, picking off Jimmy G. We like that. Deuce Vaughn was out there playing a little slot, little running back, so he's back out there. That's nice. And we're on to, I believe, my Cowboy commandments, unless I think of another observation that I don't have in front of me right this second. All right. Let's see. Cowboy commandments from atop Mount Jeffrey. Sign CeeDee Lamb. Is it an emergency that CeeDee Lamb is not at camp? No. It's not an emergency. Do even Pro Bowlers and All Pros start slower if they're not out there with the football team doing the football things? Usually. I think Micah wanted to talk about the Aaron Donald exception, but usually. Zach Martin said that it hurt him last year, not being out there for camp. The way that you get in football shape and you get ready to football is by footballing. Otherwise, you think you're working hard. And I'm not saying I believe that CD is working hard and getting ready and staying in shape. And I've seen a bunch of the stuff that he does training-wise in the offseason. That's another one of the guys like Guyton that puts in the work, spends his own money to make sure that he's making himself better. It's better to be here. Sign CeeDee Lamb. Please and thank you. That's Cowboy commandment number 1 from atop Mount Jeffrey. Start Guyton and Beebe. We're good. I did see with Beebe, somebody posted a clip of him showing how well he was doing in a one-on-one pass protection. And on that snap, the snap was super high and super right. So I saw all good snaps in preseason game number 1. But probably still a work in progress. And he also, what was that? That was that one. And they had an exchange against the Rams with Dak under center where the ball hit the ground too. You can't tell from as far away as the video was. I can't tell whose fault is that between the center and the quarterback, but whatever. Keep playing snaps, keep working at it. It changes things when he plays center because you can move people more than if Brock Hoffman's out there. Okay. Cowboy commandment number 2, both the rookies start. Make sure Rico Dowdle gets the majority of the touches at running back. His level of explosiveness is just above and beyond any of the other, especially veterans that are in Cowboys camp. That one's simple. We're just going to keep it moving because I don't want to fight you about it. Okay. So that's that. Cowboy commandment number 4 from atop Mount Jeffrey. Chauncey Golston is a edge player, a defensive end, if you will, not a defensive tackle, and he should play there. And I told you guys that after watching 8 to 10 practices or whatever, that he's better on the outside. On the inside, your run defense is struggling even more because he's kind of long and lean and gets swallowed up in there. Put him on the outside, now all of a sudden he's a really good run defender. And Mike Zimmer said yesterday that Chauncey Golston will be playing more edge going forward, and that's positive news. So they were listening to a commandment that I gave last week. I just didn't phrase it as a commandment yet. So thank you, Mike Zimmer, for watching my YouTube channel. Doing that. Now, commandment number 5, find a defensive tackle somewhere, anywhere Because Chauncey Golston shores up being 4 deep at end, right? Micah, Tank, Nealand, Golston. Bam, you're 4 deep. Sweet. We like that. But you're also taking away the backup 3 technique, who I didn't want to be playing 3 technique, but you had to be playing 3 technique because we don't have enough defensive tackles that could play NFL football. So now it's Osa and what at the 3? The guys who come in on pass rush downs, Tank, Nealand, whoever. All right. And it knows it's Mazi and probably Carl Davis. Add something to the defensive tackle room. Add something. The gaping hole at defensive tackle is the one thing that I think the Cowboys are absolutely psychos for. Like, what are you doing? Trade for a guy, sign a guy, something. Don't care. But if you're intending to try your very best to win the footballs, how can you intentionally go into a season with such a big deficit at a position that everyone sees? It's crazy. And every time they do that, we're right. Receiver by committee year, we're like, that ain't going to work. Didn't work. What was the position group? Every year, whatever the fan base and the analysts point to, like, we're not dumb. We know. Defensive tackle is going to be a struggle bus with the guys that are currently here. Go find somebody. That's Cowboys commandment number 5 from atop Mount Jeffrey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. CD. Start the rookies. Rico, Chauncey, D tackle. Commandment number 6. This one's going to be tough. Trade Trey Lance. You could keep 3 quarterbacks. And if I'm reading Lance's contract right, he got or gets a $4.something million roster bonus during camp. So they've probably already paid it, which means all that's left is his base salary, which is like $1 million. The team would be willing to take that if they're really struggling at quarterback. And Minnesota at the deadline, when Cousins was hurt, allegedly had interest in Trey Lance. Now, that was before they had J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold, but now McCarthy is hurt. Trey Lance ain't going to start over Sam Darnold. But I don't know if they're trying. Isn't it worth making sure you have a backup for Sam Darnold? Problem is the Vikings must have traded up for McCarthy because they only have a 1, a 5, and a 5 next year in the draft. First round pick and 2 fifth-round picks. So my plan would be like, give me one of your 5th-round picks, and I'll give you back a 7 because they only have 3 total picks. I'm sure they don't want to be trading them away, but like, here, you'll still have 3. Just let me move up a couple of rounds, and you can have a backup quarterback, and I can save $1 million for the guy who's not going to play in front of Cooper Rush anyway. I'm just thinking about it. Would you trade Coop for a 3rd to the Vikings? They don't have a 3rd is the problem. If Cooper Rush has more value to a team, and a team would give you 3's too high for Cooper Rush because somebody would be trading for a backup. They're not trading for either of those guys to start. And when the Cowboys gave up a 4, it was with multiple years left. You're probably looking at like a 5th-round pick. I'm just saying. And then my last one is just me fighting for my guy. Keep Jalen Cropper on the roster or else. You're asking, what does or else mean? I don't know. Nothing. I'm just saying keep my guy on the roster. He's had a good camp. He's a good player. He should be on an NFL field catching passes in regular season games. Not just on the roster, but he should be playing. Keep Jalen Cropper. So those are the 7 Cowboy commandments from atop Mount Jeffrey. Sign CeeDee Lamb. Start your rookies on the offensive line. Make sure Rico Dowdle gets the majority of the touches. Get Chauncey to defensive end. Find a damn defensive tackle. Trade Trey Lance and keep Jalen Cropper. So how about that? That's what I got for you today. I just got here. That means he's leaving. That's correct, Taco Man. You guys have a great day. And remember that you have no idea what anyone's going through. So be cool to everybody. I love you. Be easy.